2K. This is my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie full spoiler review. Hit that subscribe button, like up this video, y'all. Only if you want to join the elite 2K squad. And without further ado, let's get into. Oh, and let me issue a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you might want to get out of here. And to catch people up, if you don't know, if you're not a FNAF fan, Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I'll catch you up what it's about. Five Nights at Freddy's is based off these kids that get murdered by a serial killer named William Afton, aka the Purple Guy, a deranged serial killer, and their souls go into these animatronics that the guy created, the serial killer created at his fun place, kind of like a play on Chuck E. Cheese, but much worse and more haunted. And their souls haunt the animatronics, and their bodies are actually in the animatronics, and they go around murdering people, whoever's found in the restaurant, or trying to snoop around, even the security guard, because in the games, and yes, there are lots of games, but Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you play as a security guard named Michael Afton. And you gotta survive the night, survive 5 nights. Yeah. But starting off with the characters, we're gonna start off with Josh Hutcherson's character, Michael. Yeah, his character is different in this movie. Like, cause for example, in the first movie, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, he had like he had like personality shown in the movie. What I mean by that, like showing how do I put this in a way y'all understand? Showing more of his character, like, cause usually in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, he was so introverted and you wouldn't get that much out of Michael, who played by Josh Hutcherson, which also the actor Josh Hutcherson, I believe he played in not only Hunger Games, the original one, not a new one they making this year called Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping, coming out this year in November. He played in video game based movies of Thor, which used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. But yeah, in this sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you get more of Mike and more of his personality, his feelings shown. He isn't as introverted as he was in the first movie. He's outgoing now in this second movie, which I love. It's like a huge development for the character. I'm not saying his first role in the movie was bad. I'm saying his role got further. They stretched out his role even more, so we can get more of, more of his past, what happened to his brother, and get more of him. Like, we want to learn more about him, and he just becomes a more interesting character, in my opinion. He's probably the most interesting character out of the movie. Moving on to Abby, Mike's sister, who he's taking care of because something happened to his parents in the first movie. But she's a lovable character, that's all I gotta say. Nothing really huge changed about her, no differences. She's just a lovable character. Although she literally gets on her bike, and it's actually the ghost kids that communicate with her through a device called Fast Talker, which is a Freddy Faz device in the game where the ghosts use to communicate with the real world humans. And basically she goes back to the place where they try to kill herself. Yeah, she's hard-headed little girl, but she's still a lovable character. Nothing too huge changed about her, like I said, but still a lovable character. Love to see her on the screen. Moving on to Elizabeth Lell's character, Vanessa Afton. Now, she's one of the, like I said when it came to Mike, she's also an interesting character. Again, when I say interesting this time for this character, Vanessa Afton, she isn't as interesting as Mike, but she is like a interesting character on the level where you want to see more of her story, because they don't really, unfortunately, they don't give you a whole lot of her backstory. They give you a little tiny bits, but not like a whole chunk of her past story, what she's about. Because we still don't know. Yes, she's a security guard. She used to be, I don't know if she used to be a former police officer in the first movie, but like in the game, she was also security. In Five Nights at Freddy's, it was like a Rockstar version of Five Nights at Freddy's, like a Rockstar Arena game. I don't know if it's still out, but yeah, she plays a security guard in the game. But yeah, that's all we know about her. We don't get, besides her talking about it, we don't get stuff shown. Now, there are stuff shown from her past, but not everything. Like, I feel like they could have gave us more chunks. But other than that, she's a lovable character, a good character, decent character. And like I said, when they said that we don't get that much of her past, we do get a few bits. Particularly, she was going to sleep. She lives alone, obviously, and she has a nightmare dream about her dad, William Afton, played by the legendary Matthew Lillard, who played in the horror movie Scream, and recently in the MCU in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which you can now stream on Disney+. And he played in the original Scooby-Doo. I've never seen it, I don't think, but that's all I know. I've seen it there. But yeah, she has a nightmare, and obviously her dad's scaring her, trying to slash murder her. And she's running from him, and it's kind of weird. She like transforms into a kid, like a 10-year-old version of herself, then back to an adult, which I understand it's a dream. It's not supposed to make sense sometimes, but that was a cool transition how they did that. But that's literally about all we get about her. That's it. Like that dream sequence, that's all we really get. And there was another scene. I don't know if this counts as a past story because it intersects with introducing another character we've never seen, which is, her name is, I believe, Abby, and she possesses the animatronic known as the Puppet, which is a deadly animatronic, and I'll get to that when I talk about the animatronics, how they were in this movie. But she plays the animatronic, the Puppet, which is basically same thing as the other ones. They hunt and kill people, except they move differently how they murder people. But yeah, we get a scene where they was at the original Five Nights at Freddy's location. And yes, there are 2 locations in the movie and in the game. In the game, there's Five Nights at Freddy's, the OG location, where William Afton started it. And then we got the franchise location, which is the second location. Basically the backup location. We get game accurate locations. So I like keeping the accuracy to the games, because some things didn't be accurate. And I'm going to talk about that later in the video. But she was talking with Abby at this huge birthday party. I don't know who birthday it was, but it was at the OG FNAF location, and she tried to stop her from snooping that. Young Vanessa tried to stop Abby from trying to find out what's going on back there, like behind the scenes. What is her father doing? Which what's his name? William Afton, played by Matthew Lillard. That's her daughter, Vanessa Afton. Hence, they got the same name. So she tried to stop her from going there, which leads to her being stabbed by Springtrap, which is William Afton in the costume. He goes by that serial killer name, and just stabs the mess out of her like ching, 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 ching. And that's about all the scenes we get about her past, Vanessa. But I don't think the second scene where she's with the character Abby, and yes, Abby's from the game. She possesses the puppet, so that's accurate. But that's about it we get about her past. But she's still a good character. Moving on to Abby, even though I just literally touched on this character. The scene where she was getting stabbed and stuff, that was brutal. I didn't know they would show that. Like, kid getting stabbed is crazy. I didn't know they getting away with that. Like, whoa. But yeah, I ain't surprised these horror movies getting brutal. But anyway, Abby is a very interesting character. She's like up there with Mike, but not like past the interest level. She's like right here at my interest level. Again, we didn't get enough scenes with her, and she was one of the most intriguing characters, and more scenes you wanted for this character. Like, this character was so interesting. You just needed more scenes and more time with her. But I get it. I think this movie was like only an hour, 2 hours long. I don't know. But yeah, I just wish we got more scenes. I understand she got murdered and her soul's in a animatronic, the puppet, which is the scariest animatronic in my opinion in this movie. And I'll touch on that when I get to the animatronic part, which I'm not there yet. But Abby is a very interesting character. That's what I'm going to say. Who else? Oh, the new character. I believe his name, Michael Afton. Yes, there are 2 Michaels in this movie. And I'm not talking about Michael played by Josh Hutcherson. There's another Michael in this movie, and he's actually Michael Afton, which Michael Afton is the son and brother of Vanessa Afton and son of William Afton from the game. Very accurate. We didn't get him in the first movie, but he's in the second movie. When he pops up on these group of ghost chasers, one of the ghost chasers played by actress McKenna Grace, who's I believe 18, 19 years old. I heard she's killing all the roles. She's being casted in lots of movies. And congrats to McKenna Grace on the Scooby-Doo project. I think she's going to get cast in a new Scooby-Doo project. I don't know when it's coming, but I'm excited to see it. But anyway, he pops up and jump scared. When I saw this dude, something about his face, I said, something about this character. He's going to be one of the major role players in this movie. And then turns out he's Michael Afton. I knew it because his face was like, when you see the guy that plays him, like when he pops up and like basically jump scares these group of ghost chasers that she was like this. And I even jumped a little bit, not too much, but I jumped a little bit, like, that's creepy. And he was basically saying this is the OG location and showing them around the place and stuff. He's very creepy, like when he's walking around, like he's like walking around so creepy, and that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, he's a very interesting character. Like I said, Abby, not Abby like Mike's sister, Josh Hutcherson's character sister, doesn't the other Abby, the one that possessed the puppet. But yeah, he's a very interesting character, and we did get a couple more scenes with him, particularly the final battle at the house where all the animatronics are there, the new animatronics fighting the old animatronics, and that's an awesome battle in my opinion. And it was very cool and stuff. But anyway, the only scene we got was him revealing who he was. Michael acted obviously to Vanessa, and Michael, the other Michael played by Josh Hutcherson, and Abby, just introducing himself and commanding the robots to kill them. And that's about all the scenes we get. And there was another funny scene where he was trying to get away because he knew he was cooked. He was like, "Oh no, I'm out of here, sucker!" And he gets punched by Michael's friend, Josh Hutcherson's Michael. Like, bam, gave him a 2-piece. No, actually a 1-piece. Poof. It was funny right there. But yeah, that's about all the scenes we get, unfortunately. Hopefully we get more. I feel like we might get more in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and yes, that is confirmed in the post-credit scene. In the animatronics, we're gonna start off with the new ones before we get to the old ones. The new ones, I like the way they look. One of them is voiced by Megan Fox. She played in the original Transformers Michael Bay trilogy. I wish they bring that back. But yeah, the new animatronics look cool. I don't think we're gonna ever see them again because obviously they're robots and they got destroyed. But and the other animatronic, what's his name, Mangle, which is a scarier version of Foxy in my opinion. Like, he has like 2 heads and he's pink and gray. That's just a creepy Foxy. And the way he jumped on Vanessa's car when she was swerving, I thought it was over for my girl Vanessa. Cause that thing's scary. Like, you need a nuclear bomb on that thing, that hideous thing. But that's genuinely scary, a scary animatronic, that version of Foxy. And yes, there's many versions of animatronics in the games, but the new animatronics are so cool to look at every scene. I like the way they look. I'm pretty sure they actually created these things just like they did the old ones in the first movie. Like, actually created moving animatronics, which is so cool and so creative. I like the creative team behind this, and clap it up for the creative team. Thank y'all for putting in that work. But that's all I got to say about the animatronics, the new ones. They're cool. Yeah. Moving on to the old ones. There's not much to say about them. Like, just like I said, the new ones, they're cool. I mean, they're fine, I guess. I mean, we got a lot of story with them in the first movie, so there was no need to like. Now, here's an important thing. I don't think we needed them in this movie, the original animatronics, but I do like the crossover of them fighting the new ones and the old ones kind of being in a good role, and the old ones kind of being in a good role and the new ones being in the bad role. Kind of like, it reminded me of like a small scale Avengers Endgame battle, just on a cheap budget, Dollar General budget. But this is no hate to the final battle. It's still a good battle though. But yeah, I don't think we really needed the old animatronics, but it was cool to see them back. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on to the puppet. Now, when I say this, the puppet, this is in my opinion, y'all. And you can differ whatever you want. You can type it down in the comments. But the puppet was the scariest animatronic out of the whole movie. Out of the whole entire movie. The way it looks, like, I saw it in the games. It just wanders around and it don't even actually move. It just did like this. It just springs out of someone's body and jumps into another. And that's how it hops into bodies. And there was a scene where it controlled Vanessa and it just like, it jumped out and it just went inside of her. We didn't see it actually go inside, but we could tell it went inside Vanessa because her eyes turned yellow. She had black lines coming underneath her eyes. Just creepy. So Vanessa is officially possessed. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with that storyline. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Can't wait. Hopefully the story is kind of better. I'm not saying the story was bad. I just wish they put more heart into it and gave us more character development. But, you know, it's fine. It's still a good movie. I think you should still go watch it. I mean, it's been out by now. It came out last year, but it's been out. But it's still a good movie, enjoyable, fun movie to watch. But The puppet is so scary, and when McKenna Grace's character was snooping around, and she was like, had her flashlight, went into the marionette room, which is where the puppet lives in the FNAF location. It like sprung out, it turned on like one of those boxes, I forgot what we call those boxes, where it played music and then a thing comes out like a doll, and then it just grabs her like this. That was so creepy. Like, that was so creepy how it did. That's why I say it's super scary in my opinion. But yeah, in the post-credit scene, I can't wait for Five Nights at Freddy's 3. The post-credit scene shows these two teenagers snooping around. I'm guessing they doing a party, typical teenager stuff. Throwing a house party, stormy night, raining and stuff. They go to the Five Nights at Freddy's original location, not the franchise location, and they find William Afton's dead body in there, like laying like this, and inside the spring trap suit, like a huge bunny suit. And because in the first movie, he got the spring locks, which the spring locks are the mechanical systems that protect the body from being hurt. But unfortunately, Cupcake jumped on, in the first movie, it jumped on his suit and caused those things to go inside his chest and all over his head and body, and just strangled him up, and he passed. That's how. But anyway, back to the post-credit scene. We see them like sniffing around, getting stuff, stealing stuff basically, because this is not their property. Like, y'all know better than this. Come on, y'all. Just go to drive the Film Dollar. Y'all got some parties, or go to Party 6. Y'all don't have to go to this creepy abandoned place. But we see a flicker of light go through Springtrap's eyes, which means obviously he's alive and he's coming back. Now I don't know if we gonna get like actual William Afton scenes like without the suit, because his suit is like stuck. His skin is stuck with the suit, so that's how it was in the game. So that's why I say we just probably gonna get Springtrap. But it's still good, cause I can't wait to see Springtrap in action. And these dudes take Springtrap's body like they think it's a prop. Y'all gonna find out he's gonna be, as soon as you get home, turn off the lights, slash, slash, slash. He's gonna be knocking y'all all out. But I can't wait to see how they take this storyline, him coming back, then Vanessa's possessed, and I want to see where they go with Michael Afton, and I want to see where they go with Michael and Abby, played by Josh Hutcherson's character. And hopefully Michael, played by Josh Hutcherson, moves cities, because at this point, you're getting hunted by several animatronics, and it's probably never going to stop. Now that Vanessa's conscious, she's going to come after you. Yeah, it's time to move cities, bro. Move to Georgia, move to New York, whatever you guys do, bro. But anyway, that's just joke, y'all. But hopefully you enjoy my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 full spoiler review. Sorry it came super late. It was supposed to come out last year because the movie came out last year. But it's here. Hope you enjoyed it. Young Boy 2K is out. Stay up, not down, be the same.
Hey, get in my way and try to block me, I'ma show aggression. Slide on your block like Danny Glover with a lethal weapon.